Yeah, what is up, my friends? Welcome to my living room slash kitchen. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Well, I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys. Okay. Hopefully, we'll have this adult conversation. No ignorant people on here being stupid. Yeah. So what's up? I'm gonna get my pillows all comfy. And we're gonna talk. Yeah, we're just gonna talk. Okay. Talk. That's how I do it. Just kick it, right? All right. So, I think first thing I want to start off with is the title. Okay, you guys are here, joining me live on my comfy couch, right? But I want to talk about what the title says: truth, awareness, and ignorance. Okay, because we all, at one point or another, are like that. We are truthful, we are ignorant, and we are aware. Okay? Some people, their truth is they're aware they're ignorant. Right? I mean, you can flip and script it however you want. But here's the deal. You know, back in the day, before the internet really got to be the internet, we all lived a different life. It was much simpler, much easier. I mean, we had problems, don't get me wrong. We had issues, we had problems. But with this, what I call a curse of this internet, you can't tell me that problems haven't doubled, tripled, quadrupled in a very short amount of time. I mean, because the internet publicly really hasn't been around since, what, maybe 1995-ish? Right? It's not a long time. I mean, for public use. You remember the dial-up, the AOL? Right? Sound like a fax machine. Stupid. Right? And you waited, you were all excited to get on there. And then it was so slow and dragged out, whatever. But now it's all like high speed, crazy, right? But that's the problem. That's the problem. Here's the ignorance. This is the ignorance because I'm talking about the title first, right? The ignorance is first that your phone, our computers, your high-speed internet, all that stuff goes quick like that, right? So what happens to your brain? It's got to keep up. So your brain goes faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. So that's going to lead to a lot of people that already have, I'll say, weak minds, to be frustrated, to be impatient, to have this ADHD stuff, right? Right. But the real ignorance behind all this is that it's a huge deception. A huge deception in our lives. Why? Because it is this internet shit is robbing us of our lives. It really is. I mean, I was looking at the news, I was looking at some things going on today in the world, and, it set me off. 2.9 billion social security numbers were jacked. Thrown on the dark web. I mean, what is even the dark web? I've heard about it, never been on it. My identity got stolen, was put on that shit, right? Right. But here's the ignorance. We know the problem. The dark web. As I'm speaking about that. Who is the one that's in control of all this internet? Right? DARPA or whoever you want to say. I don't know. Bill Gates, whoever. Why can't they just shut it off? Why can't they just turn that part of that shit off? That's the ignorance. So now we're really looking into a whole different aspect of why this even exists, okay? It's not a convenience of your life, because to me, the internet's kind of a pain in the ass. Sometimes your Wi-Fi signal slows down, bogs out, your Netflix buffers. Pain in the ass. At least your frustration and all this other stuff, but it's a decoy to rob you of who you really are, to conceal the notion of who you and me and your neighbor and everybody is truly. The quickest and easiest way psychologically to confuse anybody is overload them with information. That's why we have this fake news, all this, all this crap, this Mandela effect. People just, they make things up on purpose to get a rise out of people, to get views, to do all this other crap, right? It's so true, but it's so disgusting. Disgusting. Because the truth is that it is ruining our lives. It's ruining our lives. It's not making it better. For every cell phone you have, for every home security system you have, for every smart washing machine you have, tell me, why does a smart washing machine need to be connected to the internet and actually uploading information? You can't. It's a decoy on, for one, overloading you, but also in this weird sense to know every little single detail about you. Why? I have no idea why. Could I care less? Yeah, I kind of do. Because I do value my life, I do value my privacy, and now it's a form of slavery. Slavery. You're a slave to your internet. Slave to your smartwatch. Slave to setting your security system and all this autonomous stuff, right? They want us to have these automatic cars, right? These electric cars. I don't know how many people are in your town, okay? But I know that sometimes it's a pain in the ass to even get regular gas. Never mind be all jammed up in an electric car station waiting to charge your car for 3 hours when there's a line wrapped out down to your highway. You see where I'm going? So the ignorance leads to the awareness, and the awareness leads to the truth. Kroger grocery store is now tied in with this AI system. And so now what are they going to do? They're going to profile you. So if you're poor, now Kroger's going to adjust your grocery price tag for what you can buy at the certain prices of like chicken and all sorts of stuff compared to somebody who is rich, who has a lot of money. They're going to pay more, you're going to pay less, and it's off balance. It's what Amazon is doing right now with this kind of, I forgot the actual name of it. It's like some price adjusting thing they got going on. But nonetheless, it's robbing us of our integrity. It's robbing us of our souls, our brains, our intelligence. Okay? Because who knows what the real truth is, right? I mean, they burn books, they lie about the history, alter the facts on a lot of things. That how can listen, how can you really tell me you understand the definition of something or the meaning of something by having to look it up on Google? So now Google is the master architect of our history. Google is the master architect of our languages, our dictionary, you know what I'm saying? So if Google's been doing all this behind the scenes Slim Shady stuff, right, to alter things on purpose, let me give you an example. Well, about a year and a half ago, before I moved here to my cozy little house that you know, now I want to choke all the neighbors because they're hacking my Wi-Fi and shit. It just never ends. And I got proof of that too. So anyways, I made this video about a certain vaccine. Better be careful. A certain vaccine that was supposed to help certain people with a certain disease, okay? So do you remember who Elvis is? Okay. Elvis, as a little child, had this disease that he needed certain kind of mechanical stilts to help him walk, okay? I'm going to get into that in a second because I think this is just messed up in itself, okay? And now it's probably going to change your mentality on Elvis, but let me keep going. Okay, so there was this certain philanthropist, we'll just call him BG, okay? And he went over to Africa with this idea that he was going to save the world and develop this vaccine, which is a live vaccine, which means you put certain parts of the disease into your concoction, right? Your punch bowl party mix, and you test it out on people. And a lot of innocent people ended up dying and getting this affliction, this disease, right? So I made a video about this. And, you know, I just don't talk out of my ass. I research things. I do a lot of information. I'm not a simpleton. I'll just say that. So when I speak of things, I just don't speak of them just to hear my own voice. So I did a lot of research. And then nothing ever happened to the video, right? I mean, it went on. I mean, I did a live like this, right? It was actually a really good live. Because I was like, I did a little series called You Might Want to Sit Down for This. And it was all these little videos that I do of talking the truth and stuff like I am right now, right? So, case in point. Last week, this platform all of a sudden decided to troll my playlists. And they actually removed that video from the internet completely. Okay. So here's the ball buster. When I made the video, it did not get flagged. And it did not get censored. It did not get limited. Nothing happened to the video. It just got played out, right? So then I was like, wait a minute. Why is this platform deciding to troll my playlists a year and a half ago when I made this video, and all of a sudden say that it goes against medical misinformation, and it's you know what they said? It was egregious information. Egregious. You know what egregious means? Well, I guess we have to ask Google, right? But that really burned me. I mean, not only the fact that they waited that long to flag my video and take it off the internet completely, remove it, demonetize it, because I was getting paid for that video, and then all of a sudden they stopped it because it was medical information. So they said, here's your choice. You could either do nothing and we leave it like this. You could appeal it with your facts, or you could take this little community survey quiz of 7 questions, and if you answer them correctly, then after 90 days we'll put it back on. So what do you think I did? Well, first of all, I didn't do nothing. Second of all, I was like, okay, I'll take your little stupid community guideline standard, right? I'll take your little quiz. Psh, ace that shit. It was all stupid questions like, well, what if Billy made a video about stabbing Jen in the neck and da-da-da-da-da. Do you think that goes against our community standards? Well, duh. Okay? So, done that. Bye, see you later, okay? So then I appealed it as well. So I did both. But instead of just going off and typing and be like, you guys are a bunch of turds, blah, 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 right? No. I went back to the sources that I used for that video to get the information of why I was talking about what I was talking about. So then all, egregiously, I decided to write this nice, fancy, educated, professional kind of sentence to this platform and say, kindly look for yourself at this information, which was from science.org, by the way. Science.org, okay? Science ain't gonna lie, right? They say you gotta believe the science, right? The science isn't gonna lie. So I'm gonna shove it up your ass with the science. And here I am doing that, and I did. Proving that what I was talking about BG being in Africa, using live vaccine, did more harm than good. And actually now, from 2019 to 2023, there was a huge outbreak of that certain disease that they were trying to eradicate, but no, they were just trying to perfect it. That's my opinion of the last part of what I said about perfecting it. But they had a nice little chart graph, the statistics, the health control organization over there in Africa could not contain this disease that was basically dormant for a long time until BG went over there and kick-started it back up. So that is the ignorance, my friends, of the truth to the awareness. So have I heard anything back from them? Have they put that video back on for me? Hell no. You know why? Because I took my size 11 foot and I rammed it deep up their crevice. And they don't like that. That's why they shut me down. They've been shutting me down since I've been doing this for 4 years. Messing with my videos, like this video here, right? They have this new trick. If you go on YouTube and you decide to make a live on your phone, now you have 2 options to do that. And if you're monetized, well, listen closely, because I'm going to school you real quick. If you turn your phone vertical, then that is the same format that they use for what? The shorts. So now what their ploy is that they say is because now that you can turn your phone that way, vertically, well, now we can kind of put it on the shorts so then more people can see your video. Here's the catch. When you turn your phone horizontally, which was the way that you had to do the lives, there was a different pricing for the lives than there are the shorts. There's a different advertising standard, money, contribution to the lives. Because with the shorts, it's just like this pool of money. And it's like an auction. So you think that I get paid a whole bunch of millions of dollars for doing what I do? Last week I made 49 videos. But I only made $3 My authenticity, my creativity, my time was shafted. Because what they do with these lives, and I turn it vertical, they're now going to pay me the rate of those shorts, which is 11 cents, 15 cents per 1,000 views. Compared to the horizontal version of the same live video at $23 every 1,000 views. So think carefully before you decide you want to go monetize your videos, because they do these little tactics and tricks. Because I was like, I'm not really getting nothing out of nothing. So let me go to the lives. I can make more money this way. And what do? They catch on to me and they go and say, well, you can flip your phone because it's easier and this and that. You get more exposure, but they don't tell you you're going to get raped. And then when you say things, well, then guess what are they going to do? They're going to quickly go into their little policy and change the rules. And if you continue on the platform, will you automatically agree? That is egregious in itself. And it's all for the love of the money of them. They use us creators to make them money. Like I said, I'm not hating on anybody, but I've been doing this 4 years now. You know how many noobs I've come on here on this channel and see these bogus ass, I'm going to call y'all out. You fake, phony, blaspheming, lying, fear-mongering, hate-breeding, stalking, spying people to do better than the people that actually have that seniority in that legacy. Yeah, run away. You know what I'm talking about. Watch everybody bounce right out the live. See you later, Jack. Because you know who you are. That's why you just got out of my chat. But that's enough of that part, okay? I just had to bring that awareness, that truth, okay? So then you guys have a better perspective of really what's going on. ChatGPT. What? Oh, it's cool. We can make penguins talk and stuff, right? Yeah, we can make penguins talk. We can take your pictures and we can beautify them. We can make them all look great and fancy and cool, right? But you know that AI is stealing your photograph as a facial recognition. And actually there's like two of those apps, those AI apps, that you can put in your face, your picture into this AI or somebody else's, and it will find every single picture of you that's ever been on the internet. So now we're harvesting and we're slaving people, but just in a different way, in an electronical sense. Why? For one, they can clone your shit. Voice recognition, face recognition, fingerprint recognition, you name it, they got it all. There ain't no escaping it. And we're all ignorant to it because, they're going to tell you, hey, your phone's more secure if you use your fingerprint or your face to unlock it, right? Dude, I don't want to hear that. They have no secure way to secure your phone if they can't even secure your social security number. Right? Right. Okay. I was doing research like I always do. And then I was really appalled by this idea of our water. I'm going to get to the air that we breathe in a second, but it's the water. There's this thing called nanoplastics. You ever heard of that? Yeah. Well, these nanoplastics, they're worse than like the bleaching of your plastics. Okay, so what do I mean by bleaching? Okay, so if you have a bottled water, right, and you drinking it on a car ride, right, and you know your cup holder's in the middle, so then you got the sun beating down on it, and then it sits there for about a half an hour, right, because it was 105 degrees in Texas today. Actually, it was 106. That water is going to be pretty hot. So what happens is that plastic kind of microscopically melts. So some of that plastic gets into your water, which is called the BPAs, whatever. I don't want to get that too scientific. We'll have to go back on science.org and get the facts. But still, it leaches into your water. But now there's this new thing where there's people that are actually getting microscopic pieces of plastic within their bodies, into their organs, into their brains, all over the place. Okay. So now, can you even feel safe drinking the water? Okay. Like where I live in my town, like I don't even use the tap water. Like I mean, I have to use it for the dishwasher, but it's so, I mean, I turn it on, it smells like fish. What? And then sometimes, if I go to take a shower or a bath, it smells like bleach. I'm like, what? So I can't deal, drinking it. Who knows what's going to do? I mean, taking a shower or a bath, it's leaching into my skin because my skin has pores. Now we're getting into something heavy. There's a company called BlackRock, and they're a bank. Well, if you want to call it a bank, we just call it a bank, but it's a bunch of guys with a bunch of money that say that they're a bank, so they're really loan sharks. Yeah, that's what they are. They're loan sharks. That's what you call the interest rate. You got to pay it back. I mean, they're going to break your legs, but they'll break your back with the money that they take it from you, okay? So nonetheless, they're contributing money to other companies to build what they call, hello, welcome, what's going on? Appreciate you being up in here. Yeah, so this BlackRock company, I just learned. Say you love crystal, right? I do. So BlackRock is investing in these sub-companies that are starting to build what are called clean air plants. And I guess what these plants are going to do is going to suck all the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide out of the air. But it really didn't say how it was going to like purify and put the oxygen back into the air. So now they've already have like this one plant ready to go, okay? But they want to get it to where now there's going to be these little mini plants. They want to franchise this shit, okay? So now you got like a 7-Eleven, but it's like a little power plant that's going to pump this whatever into the air to kind of suck out the CO2. And I mean, I'm like, listen, we already have these jets that fly over our houses. I've done videos of them. According to Texas, they say that since 2019, chemtrails have been illegal to do in Texas, but I see them all the damn time. So not only are they messing with the water, but they're messing with our air. So instead of, here's the ignorance, right? Here's the ignorance. People know this stuff. They don't want to talk about it, but I will because I got the cojones to do it, right? Check this out. Instead of this greedy-ass company, BlackRock, right, who's a bunch of investors, and they call themselves banks, but they're really loan sharks. I already went over that. They can't have the awareness and the truth to understand that a tree does a better job in purifying the air than anything that we could make? The air purifiers, they get clogged up, dirty, whatever, they don't work perfect. I had some, whatever, dude. But why can't we just grow more trees? I mean, that would be way less expensive, right? Than building all these financial franchising clean air stations, just like the electric cars. Dude, if there's, say there's a national, in your city, town, state, country, you having a weather emergency. There's going to be a hurricane coming. What is everyone going to do? Flock to the grocery stores, flock to what? The gas stations to get gas, right? So sometimes I know that I've had to wait in line a long time to get some gas. That's with the gas vehicles. Now, what I've noticed with these electric vehicles, one, the amount of EMF, electronic, here we go with the science now, we're going to go get the facts. EMFs. It produces radiation. This radiation radiates from these electric car chargers on a tremendous amount. I mean, if you plug in your phone, it doesn't radiate any kind of EMF radiation, but as soon as you plug it in, you're going to be radiating about 300 volts of electro EMFs. Okay, I'm just going to keep it that way, because if I start getting technical, then I'm going to have to put links in the description for the truths, because people are like, oh, right? But that's that. So imagine you happen to have some kind of an emergency. Hemp, exactly, my friend, hemp. George Washington. You know the first flag of the United States was made out of hemp? Imagine that. Anyways, do you imagine a weather emergency and everybody's got electric cars in your town and they're all trying to bum rush the only station in your town that has 2 of these car chargers, and it's going to take you 3 hours to charge your car? I just seen an article about some lady buying a new Kia, an electric Kia car. And the dealership, after she already bought the damn thing, said, guess what? Sorry, we forgot to tell you, it's going to take you 78 hours to fully charge that bitch. Shut up, dude. You can't go nowhere. I can't. You can't. This control thing is out of control. Even in the UK, Britain, Europe, the EU. They're now going to start to think about doing this pay per mile thing. They're going to have something to do with your license, where now you're not going to be able to have somebody under 25 in your vehicle until after like a year or something. I didn't get into all the facts about it. I just kind of skimmed it and got some of the information, because it goes with the vehicles, right? So it's all about this control. I'm out of my mind with this. I mean, these reptilians, these draconians, you know what I mean? We're going to go dig them a hole and go put them back into where they came out of. Because it's all for the love of money. You're not a human being anymore. You don't even have a consciousness because AI is taking it from you. You don't even have a soul because these draconian soul suckers are sucking the spirituality right out of you. Do you think that was too much there? Love crystals. Do you think that was too much? The draconian sucking the spirituality right out of you? But it's true. So, back to this other story I was talking about with this Elvis. If you know Elvis, he had a certain disease when he was a kid, okay? Then somehow he was like miraculously healed. There was a certain president that also had that certain disease, right? Did you know not only one, Elvis was a crook, because he ripped off like gospel choir songs to put into his music, right? But the way that he danced, this is what I learned. The way that he danced, right? All the women went wild because why he was shaking his hips. And he was like, oh, look at him shaking his hips, right? Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. He wasn't shaking his hips to really attract the ladies. You know what he was doing? He was making fun of that disease that he had because he had to walk like that. I mean, can you not take a disability and can you not abuse it in such an egregious way to now capitalize and profit off of that? Because that's what he was really known for, the shaking. That's because he had polio. That's disgusting, my friends. So, all this for the love of money? It's ruining our society. With all the money that's being thrown around, which, I mean, there's no even really backing to it anyways, but still, the ploy there is, why can't we turn around and use it for good? Who needs AI? Really? Why are we going this far with this stupid technology? I don't understand it. It's a pain in the ass. My Wi-Fi always gets shut down. All my devices get hacked. There's no way to stop it. You can't even control your identity. What is the sense? Oh, so they can get your information and sell you on the market. The black web, the dark web. Like I told you, my friends, the title, discussion about truth, awareness, and ignorance. And all these things that I'm talking about are exactly that. So it's hard for somebody like me and you that see outside the box. To see outside the box, to bring that awareness. Read my title. Go look at that the thumbnail again. Look at the thumbnail. That is from the Gospel of Truth, which is one of the apocryphal texts that were eliminated out of the Bible by the great Emperor Constantine, who decided to have this Council of Nicaea to what? Pick and choose what should or shouldn't be in the Bible. Why? Because he knew what truth was. And if you knew all of the truth, for one, it would probably disgust you. For two, you'd really want to do something about it. And for three, the limitations that you would get put on you to stop you from trying to do something about it would make you want to drink, would make you want to do drugs, would make you want to jump off a cliff. Because of the suppression that is put on us. Hi, baby girl. You want to see my dog? She's chilling. Oh, he's my baby. He's a good girl. This is my girl, Maisie. This is my Maisie May. Yeah, she's a lab with no tail. Anyways. I sat here and didn't do any videos today. Well, I didn't do many, okay? Because one, I'm sick of it. For two, not that I'm sick of helping you guys or even using my creativity for the enjoyment of myself, but actually helping you guys in some kind of way, in some form or fashion. I had a hailstorm. 6-inch hail, like this, boom. Bust up my roof. So what do? I make a claim to my insurance. So then they did their thing, okay, and so the insurance said, we're gonna, oh yeah, she's cute. Hey, Crystal Lavender says he says hi, we gave you some hearts. Check it out. The insurance company approved it, whatever. So then the people came out and they're like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Okay, and so they got paid. I had to do my deductible, right? $1,000. Plus I got more money on top of that, like 10 grand on top of that, right? But there was other things that weren't included into that whole money. So now we're talking about what's called supplemental. So then, like the shed that I have out back, it got busted up. I need a new shed. I need new screens for my windows. I need a new paint job on my decks, right? So that's all what's supplemental because it wasn't the actual roof part. So I don't know how they do. Insurance is another scam, anyways, in itself. Anyways, it's really a loan. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was all set. I was all squared away, right? So in the contract, the contractor who did the roof, he said, "Hey, listen, check this out. If you allow us to put our sign with our name and our phone number in your front yard, then we'll give you a certain amount of money. We'll give you a certain amount of money for advertising our company." And I was like, "That's perfect." And he goes, "Oh, you're on YouTube too?" He goes, "Well, if you want to market our company, we'll also pay." So he said, "If you make me a video, like 5 minutes long, plus you leave the sign out in your front yard, we'll give you $1,000. I'm like, "Hell yeah." He said, "We'll pay you $1,000. So they wrote it in the contract, right? So 2 months, 3 months go by, the roof's already been done, waiting for the shed to get fixed, all this other stuff. Nothing's happened. But meanwhile, they're still pitching my insurance to get more money because they keep putting this estimate, right? So then I had to talk to guys like, "Listen, I think it's about the supplemental insurance, which you told me, the supplemental money, which was like $600. He says, "You could either keep it and go buy the stuff yourself and take care of it, or you can give it to us and we'll do it," right? Either way. So when it came in, I told them, I said, "I got the money, whatever." They never put the shed on order. They never did that, but they did paint the decks. But what I found out was they subbed their companies out, their contractors. They subbed them out, right? So when the contractors came out to do, let's say, my screens, they wrote an estimate for the whole entire house and all their screens. But because the guy lives an hour away and he was busy with other jobs, he only came here with like 4 screens just for the back. He said, "We're not doing the front. You don't need them. There are holes in my screens from the hail." Boom, right? Lucky he didn't break a window. But they charged me full price for all of the screens. So now, when I was telling this guy, "Where the hell's my money for this marketing deal for the advertisement?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We talked about the supplemental." He said, "You can keep that money. We don't have to do it. But if you have something wrong, you can't put another claim on that item. Like if a shed that I had the money for the supplemental insurance, I bought another shed, right? I'm going to get another shed. I had some other things replaced, whatever, with that money. But I can't put that claim in again and say I need another shed because they already gave me it and that'd be fraud. You can't do that, right? But this company's trying to get that money from me, but they're not giving me the shed. So what I found out today is that the money that they were supposed to give me for the advertising and this marketing, it turned out to be that the lady confessed and slipped the tongue, said they charged you full price for all the windows. And I'm like, "Listen, I only have 4 brand new screens, but none in the front, only in the back. So you're going to charge me full price for a half-assed job." That's what I said. And then on top of it, you're telling me now because I have a balance when you got paid from all the insurance money that I still owe money to you. You owe me money for the marketing and the advertisement. So then you slipped the tongue and said the windows aren't done. Full price. So we're going to take your marketing money and your advertising because we don't pay money, she said. We're gonna take it off your bill. And I'm like, "Bill? What bill? What are you talking about?" So she's talking about the supplemental. So the guy that I told this to apparently didn't tell them, and apparently the contractors didn't do the right thing and do the full job of putting all of the screens in all of my windows, but charge me full price for all of them. And they're going to deduct this and out of that and this. And, that's the ignorance of things. If you don't know any difference about this, if you didn't have this weird feeling something's not right, why do I got some windows done, some aren't? Why did this company only do half of the paint job? Why isn't my shed, all this other stuff. If you don't question the reality that you live in, well, then you're easily going to get taken advantage of. And so if I didn't have this conversation with my insurance company and say, what's up with this bill, then I never would have found out that the subletting contractors charged me full price for the screens, but I didn't get all the screens. So now we got an issue, right? And if I would have let it go and never done anything about it, well, then I would have had a bill when thinking that I paid all of that with the insurance money that I got for these people to do the roof and all this other shit, which wasn't all completely done. But yet they're still trying to get more money out of the insurance company. Boom, right? So, please, take your ignorance and know that we're ignorant because we don't know everything. And you have to accept that. We don't know everything. We're not perfect. So our ignorance in that bliss, you have to see something that there's something off. Something's not right. It don't add up. So then that has to bring you to the awareness. See, this is all about the title. Right? The ignorance will now lead you to the awareness. It means you know something now is wrong. And now something is wrong, what's next? The truth. You're going to get to the truth. So the ignorance is natural. The awareness is not. But the truth is always there. You just have to have those steps to be able to cut through it, see through it, talk about it, to get to that truth. Because they ain't going to tell you the truth. Those contractors that said they did all of my screens in my house surely didn't tell the truth. So I can't go off like a raving lunatic and be like, raw fighting them when it's a losing battle, because that's the company that hired this third-party people to do the job that they charged me full price for. So the ignorance has to lead to the awareness, because I don't have all the windows done. I got holes in the screens, but that company's saying they did it. I mean, you have the balls to tell me that you really replaced that shit, man? Don't come to my face and tell me that. Surely don't come to my house. Because I'll show you some truth on ignorance. Stupid. And it's like people test you and push your nerve button all day long with that. And it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So back to this video I told you I made a year and a half ago, and YouTube pulled it off, right? Said it was medical misinformation, right? So when I was getting my research back offline to throw it in their colon cavity, guess what? The BG that I was talking about, that was the philanthropist that was doing these vaccines over there in Africa, the first two links was automatically saying that BG's live vaccines were harmless over there in Africa to those people. I was like, shut your face, dude. I can't with that quickness. So the BG Foundation, the BG and LG, because, that's his wife, or I think that's his wife, or he was his man wife. Yeah. Google automatically put in the first two links to say, oh, he's innocent, he didn't do this, but that third link had all the sources that I needed from science.org to give me the stats, the proofs, the bar graph, everything, to say that what he was doing was wrong and really contributed to make it worse. That's the truth. But nonetheless, they still haven't put my shit back on. I'm losing all that money. I'm losing all that money for people to see that video. And so I have another problem too with people thinking that I don't perform, I don't do my work here for you guys, right? Like I said, last week I did 49 videos. Do you know that I did 49 videos? Are you seeing that I did 49 videos? Are you liking 49 of my videos? Probably not. You know why? Because they're doing the little shuffle here, shuffle there. Like I said, They're putting my live videos in the shorts playlist, and they're taking the shorts and putting them in the live. So you're not seeing that I'm doing my in order tarot and all my other videos. So when I go on my TV to watch my stuff, it's always scrambled. So that's the first thing you see. It's called the watch page, right? You have it, I have it, we all have it. The first thing when you click on the page, you're going to see the watch page, right? And they're going to put the best things first. So you like your most recent videos, your most popular videos, they're going to put them up there. And certainly if you do it by playlist, they're going to put your playlist in order by you doing it, because you set the standards of the settings. So what I did on mine, it was the first videos that you're going to see is the one that first pops up was that little trailer. They can't change that. But then the next playlist you're going to see is going to be the 2024 playlist for the tarot, right? You definitely did. I know you did, my brother. I can't. So I arranged it from my website, so then when you see it, it looks like the way I see it. So I have the tarot, the 2024 tarot playlist. Boom, that's the first one. The next playlist is all my shorts. So all the time I keep checking, because why? I'll find my shorts playlist at the very bottom of my page, which is like 4 years worth of playlists and tarot and everything else. So when you click on my videos, you're not going to see my shorts playlist. You're not going to see my 2024 playlist, because they're going to shuffle it down and they're going to put some other bullshit videos right up on the front. So you're going to look and say, oh, well, I'm not interested in this. When I've arranged it all just specifically. So they go behind my back and change things. Just like I said, this live video, either horizontal or vertical. Horizontal, you get paid more money from the advertisers because it's a real live video like we used to do it. But you flip it vertical, well, now it's a shorts video. You get promoted to see more people, but you get paid way less. I mean, bro, kids in Africa that are picking up trash get paid more than me. And that's not even a diss on them people. Swear to God. I'm on my mind. Like, I've been teeter-tottering to quit. Just give up. But that's what they want me to do. I seen this guy. He's like their favorite. His name's Mr. Beast. I'm calling you all out. His name's Mr. Beast. He's like the pony boy for YouTube, right? I seen this little video he did, and it was like running, right, looking like he was trying to be, athletic. But then he had like a little bag of money, running with it. Another little bag of money with it, and then another little clip with a backpack on him. So then he was just loaded with all these bags of money, running with it, and he finally fell over because he couldn't handle all the money that he had, because he fell over with it all. I mean, granted, they were all stacks of ones, but it was the symbology for me to see that this guy could give two shits about how much money he really has, to use it in that kind of demeaning way, like unappreciative of all that, because he's just making a joke about how much money he has because he has so much money he couldn't carry it all running and he fell over. That's not a joke to me. That's actually disgusting. And you're showing me who exactly you are, but you're also being a little arrogant to tell me that you're going to slap people in the face because look at how much money I got. Just to make a stupid 15-second video of how much money I can carry before I fall over? Can't with that. Money to me ain't nothing. It's the principle. If you're going to give the same rules and regulations to everybody, don't shortcut somebody else because you favor somebody. And that's what it is with especially with the tarot. I'm not promoting fear. I'm not saying you know, your ancestors are haunting your ass. You got a curse on you like all these fear-tacting tarot people out here do, right? See, exactly, right? You do see strange stuff because they're manipulating it. They're keeping away your good stuff, so then that way people aren't going to be attracted to your channel. And I set this stuff all the time to switch it. And I'm getting tired of it. Like, I have videos that I check that go into the shorts playlist from YouTube. So then I go and look in the YouTube studio, and that bitch ain't even checked. None of the things that I put in YouTube app are aligned with the YouTube studio app. And I'm like, I can't. Just as soon as I fix it, it gets changed immediately. And I'm like, I'm out of my mind. I'm out of my mind. I'm not working for YouTube. I'm working for you guys. Because that's my service. That's my, I wouldn't say obligation, but that's like my duty because this is my calling. I'm supposed to show you things that you don't know that I know that are better for you and all of us. And they don't want that. They don't want me talking about BlackRock being friggin' crooks. They don't want me talking about Elvis making fun of his disability. They don't want me talking about BG ruining people's lives on purpose. This monkeypox shit, what the hell is that even? I mean, you know, stop trying to make shit out of nothing or hurt us. I mean, BG even said he thinks that the world should be depopulated. Like, eliminate most of the population. Why? So we don't eat meat because the cows fart and it kills like the atmosphere? Bro, I did my own research. He said that cows and their methane produce about 4% of the methane that contributes to climate change. But I did my own research. Do you know concrete produces 6% methane? You know how much concrete is in the world compared to cows? And they're going to kill the cows and not rip up the concrete? I can't with that. If the concrete's producing more methane than the cows, who's doing what here? See right through it. See right through it. Like a Ginsu knife, like through butter. You know what I'm saying? But it's the awareness that gets you closer to the truth. And so the truth is, it's not about climate change because there is no such thing as climate change, people. It is the sun is getting bigger. The sun is getting bigger. It is swelling, getting larger. One day it will explode. Now we got something different. That's what they're using as the excuse is climate change. Duh, the sun gets bigger, gets closer to the earth, it gets hotter. Climate change. But no, they're going to say it's the cows that are farting that are contributing to this. So then now BG's got to make fake meat. You going to Burger King lately? Hope not. Because they have a thing called the Impossible Burger. You know what that is? It's synthetic meat. Not even real deal meat. Don't eat that Impossible Burger. The Swiss are making freaking plastic ice cream. Are you kidding me? Are these people not all in cahoots to what, corrupt us, to kill us? I mean, that's what I really feel. That's my opinion. That is for entertainment purposes only. That statement. But I sit back and I watch this and I hear it and I learn it and I speak it and I research it. And it bothers me that people are so stupid to not want to say something neither. That's the ignorance. And yes, I am enjoying myself in this moment because I can't really show it on TV. But you know what I mean, people? It's just like, enough is enough. When is it going to be enough? When? When? I mean, my dog's saying the same thing. She like, I try to give her a little couple of things of the food that I used to eat, and she won't even eat. Like this cheese that I would get. You know, randomly I would get some grilled cheese, want to have a grilled cheese sandwich, whatever. So I give her a piece of cheese. She used to love it. But anytime recent, man, she won't even sniff it. She'll look right at it and be like, nope. Or if she don't even sniff it and she puts it right in her mouth, she'll spit it right out. She won't even eat it. So if your dog won't even eat the food, how does that make you think that you should? You shouldn't. Any fast food joints, forget about it, okay? It's even harder to even grow your own food now. Why? Because they're contaminating the water. They're doing the chemtrails. Like, I don't know about my grass that's supposed to be green that has a silver tinge on it. Like, why has my grass got silver tinge on it? Is this like Christmas time or something? Santa come? Bring me presents? Oh yeah, he's bringing me chemical death. Can't with that. The water that I put in my pool is disgusting. Like, I shock it, I treat it, try to get the pH, everything right. I'm a chemist, right? I know what I'm doing. But I just can't get it uncloudy. The water out of my tap smells like a 14-year-old that has her first period. Just gonna say that right there. Okay, you know. I can't. Oh my God, you're going wild over here. So what I learned, that just by observing, if you observe the ignorance, you're going to get to that awareness. And that awareness, like I said, will lead to the truth. Here's the deal. I get these emails all the time, I'm sure you do, from these presidential campaigners. Whether you're on the Democrat side, Republican side, don't matter. I'm sure you're getting bombed with donate. Donate. Give me your money, give me your money, give me your money, give me your money. Oh, they're making more money, they're raising more money, right? And at first I was like, okay, well, this is like, some kind of competition. But then I was like, why are you raising all this money? Where's this money going to? Is this helping you, like, for gas money to drive across country to eat at some hillbilly restaurant to talk to the people? You know what I'm saying? Or is it for this big wahoo, like, stage that you're going to set up with balloons and banners and all this stuff? I mean, is this where all this money's going? Because I'm sure that I could do a lot better job for way cheaper than $300 million. So then I broke it down even further to be like, okay, so now we're buying the presidency through these donations. Whoever can come up with the most money wins. Then I went even further to be like, no, it's not that even. Because we as the people vote, right? You have the primary, and then you have the major election, right? So we both basically vote twice. And sure, they're going to tally the votes and all that stuff, right? But guess what it all comes down to? Those electoral votes. So those electoral votes are a certain amount of votes that are in each state that determine the presidency. Because if you don't have enough electoral votes, then you're not going to be the president. You know who runs those electoral votes? The colleges. You know who runs the colleges? The Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. Go back into the 20s and 30s and see how they try to change things with the education system, because they did, changing and erasing history to fit their narrative. They're a bunch of reptilians anyways. Do you know there's like 46 out of the 48 presidents that are all related to each other by cousinship or some shit like that? Yeah. Obama and Bill Clinton and George Bush, they're all cousins. Then I just learned today that Madonna and Alex Trebek and some author, what's his name? I forget anyways, but they're all cousins from some French guy. I mean, I can't deal with the celebrities, the politicians, the famous people, all the people that, everybody's like, oh, that's my favorite basketball player, or that's my favorite musician, or you look at Kamala Harris, she's my favorite idiot. Dude, it's all one family. So it don't matter who you vote for, because our popular vote, which is we the people vote for who we want, doesn't work unless you have the electoral votes, which is, like I said, run by the college, run by the big money people, the 1%ers that have all the money. So is it worth it? Is it even worth trying to think that we should be dealing with all this back and forth wahoo? And I gave $5 last week, and they're still asking me for another $5 this week, and they won't stop asking me for money because they're trying to guilt me and gaslight me. It's the awareness, because you ought to see the ignorance. Do you not see the ignorance in these two people? Even Donald Trump is ignorant. And I'd pick him more over the other one, you know what I'm saying? But still, it's disgusting once you start to unfold everything. Then you become intolerable, and it's like diarrhea. You can't deal with it, but you got to. Right? Because it's not fun just sitting in your own shit. And that's what they're trying to make us do, sit us in our own shit. But it's the shit that they create for us. That's why they want to take the guns, people. Because in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution says we, the people, have the right to bear arms, for one, and for two, to overthrow the government if we needed to, because they're crooks and they're treasonous snakes. Maybe that's not verbatim to what the Declaration says, but that's just gist of things. So if they're going to know that they're doing shady shit and they're treasonous shit, like the House Ways and Means Committee just were doing the impeachment on Biden, and they found that when he was the vice president and the president, he was taking foreign money as bribes. He had $24 million as vice president taken from foreign countries. I can't. Is that not treason? Is that not worth enough to overthrow that? That's what it says we could do. Call to arms, exactly, my brother. Call to arms. Call to arms. And he's like, he's like, what are the people going to rebel against us because, we'll get our F-15s after you. Well, you know what, oh boy? Let me school you on the couple brigades that are over here just in Fort Hood, Texas. You know how many military bases there are in Texas? Shut your face, it's more than the whole damn country. Texas by itself is an army of a nation because we have the most military here. 1st Cav. Now we got 3rd ACR, but it was 4th Infantry Division, which I was part of 4th Infantry Division and 1st Cav. That's right. So we have Apache helicopters and Black Hawks, and we have tanks, and we have shit to jack shit up. Okay? And we have Air Force bases too. I can't with the idle threat. But that's going to be enough to freak people out because they're ignorant enough not to know that we can handle our own because we got our own. So somebody's got to say something to be making some shit right because none of this is right. The internet ain't right. People walking around with their heads up their asses ain't right. The discrimination, the hatred, the intention to divide is not right. And this is how they all get us away from what they're doing. If I can focus on what you're doing, because I can make it look like you're doing something to me, well then, guess what? Now we can't focus on the real deal, on the truth. It's a big setup. Big, giant setup. Thanks, man. I'm about to roll out here, too. Thanks. I appreciate you for being up on here, my friend. You're amazing. Thank you for the support. yeah, so I think I've been on about an hour and 10 minutes now. I don't think this video will last long. And, you know, for those eyeballs that are watching me, you know, you're coming in and out, that's cool. You probably missed a whole bunch of the good stuff, but I'm sure that you're going to catch it on the rewind. So, you know where I live. I'm out of here. Thanks for your support. Bye, guys.